Hello, my name is Eric Foster. Now that won't mean anything to you unless you happen to live in my locality, because I'm not a politician and I'm not anyone famous. So, but I do have an opinion on this referendum. And I'd like you to think. I'm going to give you my opinion and I just want you to think about it very, very carefully. Now, the referendum you're seeing is whether we should stay in or come out. Well, if you think about what we fought for in the last World War, we fought against something which you probably don't realise, like us old people. The thing is, what Hitler wanted was exactly what is being said. He wanted a united Europe under German control. And that is exactly what the EU is. They want a united Europe under German control. Now, a lot of blood was spilt by a lot of people to prevent this happening, and now we seem to be giving it all away. Now, the thing is, you're told that we can have a say. Well, that is true. We can have a say. How much of a say, though? That's the point. Because there have been 700 pieces of legislation which we didn't want. Now, how many of those pieces of legislation were we able to prevent? How many was the government able to stop? The answer is none. And these laws are not even set by the European Parliament. They are set by a commission. And that commission is totally unelected, and you have no powers whatsoever to get rid of them. Now, if that is your idea of democracy, it is not mine. My idea of democracy is that you elect your representatives and they make the decisions for you. If you don't like the decisions, you get rid of them and put in another lot. But they are your people making decisions on your behalf. In the European society, you won't have that choice. And that is the main difference. You will not have a choice. And it will be no good you saying, if you don't like something, you'll be writing to Mr. Cameron to say, or anyone else, they cannot do anything at all because they will have no power to do it. And this is something which I find totally unacceptable. The fact that we are doing it. Democracy is a very fragile flower, but it's the very best you have. And I don't want to give up democracy for anything. Not for the spurious, perhaps possible chance of some financial gain. Is that worth sacrificing your democracy? To me, Aesop, who you probably don't heard of, he lived nearly 3,000 years ago, summed it up for me perfectly. In The Wolf and the Dog, a hungry wolf came out of the forest and he came across a house with a high fence, but one which he could see through, and on the other side of that fence was a dog. And he noticed that the dog looked well fed. And he said to the dog, "How come you look so well fed when sometimes I am hungry. And the dog said, well, my masters, they feed me on a regular basis. And the wolf said, well, that's very nice of them, very nice indeed. But then he noticed something. He noticed the heavy collar on the dog's neck, and he said to the dog, why do you wear that heavy collar? Well, said the dog, my masters like to keep me chained up. Ah, said the wolf, I see. And he turned and walked away with a contented smile on his face. Now, if you don't understand the meaning of that, then you should vote to stay in the EU. Thank you for listening.